for April 6th math work today. So this is in your packet. It's also online. Problem 1 says, the Cuss Middle School has 785 students. What is 785 rounded to the nearest 10? So I'm going to underline that because that's kind of interesting. It says, what is 785 rounded to the nearest 10? So if I know that I'm rounding to the nearest 10, that means I need to focus on the tens place. Good. So I know that for me, one thing that helps me is using the islands so that I can get a better understanding of where my numbers fall and how I'm going to round. So when we're working with rounding to the nearest 10, like we just did in our warm-up, we know that we need to figure out what are our endpoints. So we look at our tens place. So our number is 785. If our number is 785, how many tens or what digit is in the tens place? If you said 8, you are correct. 8 is in the tens place. There are 8 tens and 785. So I know that in my first island, my first island is going to be 780. And now I need to figure out what is my next island. If we're rounding to the nearest 10, we're focusing on tens. We're jumping by tenths. So I know that 780 is here, and if I add one more 10, I will have 9 tens. So my next island is 790. You can also go back to 700 and think about what would this number line look like if it was super long. If we made this super long and we said, okay, before this would be 770. And if I kept going on this number line, if I started all the way over here, which is my benchmark number, my benchmark right now is 750. If I go 750, 760, 770, 780, 790. Very good. So let's zoom back in because now we know we're working here. Now I'm going to find my midpoint, and I'm going to divide my number line in half, and I know halfway between this is the number we're working with. That halfway point is 785. I could also count up by ones just to check my work. 780, 781, 782, 783, 784, 785, 786, 787, 788, 789, 790. So the number we're working with is 785. So I know that that spot is right here. We know that when we're rounding and we are halfway in between, we are in that midpoint, Christian was our classmate who said, let's go to the warmer island. So we round to 790. We round to the warmer island. But we're not quite done yet. I underlined this part. I said, what is 785 rounded to the nearest 10? I am not done because I know that I have to write a full sentence because I'm a third grader and I can't just circle this number and think I'm done because I work hard and I try my best and I know that I need to write a full sentence. So on your paper, if you're writing, this is a great time to write a full sentence. So the problem said, the Cuss Middle School has 785 students. What is 785 rounded to the nearest 10? So I need to figure out how I can write a full sentence. And I'm trying to type on this whiteboard. I don't know if I'm going to figure it out, but I'm going to write a full sentence. And my full sentence There we go. Took a second, but here we are. 785 rounded to the nearest 10 is 790. So see how Miss Bowser wrote a full sentence? That's what I wrote. Huge. That's what your work should look like on your paper. You cannot just circle a number. You really have to explain your work. This is a great version of a third grade work. And I see the number line, I see a full sentence, and I answer the question.